Hello friends, this is our second video on CSS and today we will be discussing about few more properties of CSS, div tag and how to write classes for the division tag. So let us create a project folder. So on my desktop I'll create a new folder for my project. I'll name that folder as CSS tutorial and in the VS Code I'll open that folder. So open the folder, select the folder which you have created on the desktop, CSS tutorial, open. Now inside that folder you need to create a file. So here is icon to create your new file and give a name to your file as index.html, and we need an additional CSS file to write your CSS as we are using the external CSS. So again here I'll create a new file and I'll name that file as style.css. So we have two files now. One is for HTML code and another one is for the CSS file. I'll open it into the side so that I can write simultaneously in the both files HTML and CSS. Now we'll start with the HTML code. We have an HTML tag. I'll name this as CSS demo 2 as the title of my page, and now we want to write our properties. So let us start with the div tag. What is div tag? So it is a division of your page. So basically your entire web page is divided in the different block, or you can call it as a box. So by default div tag is a block level tag, so that it will take the entire width of your page. So for your understanding, what we can do, we'll write some paragraph into that page. Let's say we are writing that welcome to CSS tutorial, and I'll just, oh, spelling mistake, I'll check it. And then you need to write the properties in the CSS file. So first of all you need to include it into the HTML page. So you will write again link, select the emit abbreviation for CSS, and your page will be included directly. Now you want to add a property to this division. So div, you are applying property directly to the div selector, and the property which we want to use for the division is the background color. So the property name is background color colon and name any color. For example, I am using yellow as my background color. So save this, just go to your directory and open the folder which you have created, CSS tutorial, and the index.html file open into your browser which you are using. So now if I open that page onto the Chrome, you will see that there is a background color yellow, and the text which is appearing inside the division tag is here, welcome to the CSS. But one more thing which you need to observe is that we have not provided the width to that div tag. The div tag which we have written, we are writing only the property is background color yellow, and the content is welcome to CSS tutorial, but still it is taking the entire width of the page, right? That is called the block label tag. Now there is another tag which is called similar to the div tag, but it will not take the entire width, it will take the width only of the content. So let us use that tag. So that tag name is span tag. So you have to write span and write your another message that welcome from span tag. This is just a message I am writing, and again for the understanding I'll write the property for the span tag. So you have to write span as a selector and your property name as background color, and just provide some other color, else I can use suppose gray. I'm using solid colors. We later on will see how to add the color codes. Okay, now let us go back to your browser, reload your page and check the output. Now you will clearly identify the difference that yellow color is taking the entire width of your page, and the gray color is taking only the width of the content which you have written inside the span tag. So I hope that you got an idea that the division is a block label tag and span is a inline label tag. Now one more thing which we would like to add, like suppose you have added another division tag here, the below of first one, and you are writing some other message like welcome to CSS tutorial from div 2, and again we'll write some span tag for better understanding, and again write one message that welcome from span tag Okay. So the same properties will be applied for both the division as a background color yellow and gray background color to the span tag. Now let us check the output. What is the difference? So you can clearly identify that the messages which we have written in the division tag are appearing in a separate line with the same background color which we have given, right? So even though space is available to the right hand side, we are not able to use that because of div is taking the entire width. Now, in the span tag, you can see that both the span tags are displaying the message in a single line. So that's why span tag is called as a inline block level tags. Now, let us remove this. Now, I hope that all of you have got an idea that division and span tag is used to create a boxes. Okay. Now we have a division with the content welcome to the CSS tutorial, and I'll create another division, and we'll write some other message like hello world. And again, I'll remove this span tag property. Now I'm using only division with the background color yellow. We'll check the output. It is displaying both the message in a separate line. But even though those are written in a separate division, we are not able to figure out because we have a given a same yellow color. Now what is the issue if I want to change the background color of the second message to the gray or blue? So how will you write that? So as you are writing a property to directly tag, we are not able to differentiate between how to apply the color for the first division separately and the second division separately. So there is a provision to write that, and here is the concept of classes for each and every component in your HTML page. So how to write the class? So it is very simple. So inside the tag here, you have to write space, write the keyword class is equals to small c for the class, and write a class name. You can give any name. So for this example, I'll give a name as suppose box1, and for the second property, second division, I'll write a class is equals to double quotes box2. Now we have a two different same divisions but two different classes. So now you can apply the different properties for each class. So how will you write that? So again, I'll remove this entire CSS, and I have to write a separate property for the box1 class and a box2 class. So box will be identified by dot box1 in CSS. Now see, till now we were not using the dot because we were directly applying property to the div tag, but the issue is the wherever you are using div tag, that background color will be applied to that div property. So we don't want to do that. We want to apply a separate property for each division. So we have given a class. To identify the class, compulsorily you have to write dot box1. So dot represents the class, and now what property you want to give? I want to give a property of background color yellow. And same, I want to give a property for the second class. So again you will write dot box2 curly braces and background color, suppose you want a gray. Save this, go back to your output, reload, and check. The first division is getting yellow background and second division is getting the gray background. So I hope that all of you are understood that how to write the classes in CSS. Now let us move to the new properties. So again I'll remove this second box card. Now we have only box one and we want to make it a little bit beautiful. So I'll add some more content. So I'll use a random lorem content of suppose 50 characters. So I have a paragraph of 50 characters. I have only one class, that is box one. So I'm removing the box two. Background color yellow for the box one. Just reload your output and check that you got an entire paragraph with the 50 characters and a background color as yellow. Fine. Now we'll try to use few more properties, and the properties are like we want to provide a specific width. So if I am providing a width, then you have to write width colon and specific pixel number. The unit for the pixel is px. So for example, I am writing 300 px means 300 pixels I can use. Save it and check your output that for the yellow box you are getting a width of 300 pixels, and height we have not given. Automatically the content is taking the division is taking the height of that content. Okay, What if we provide the height? For example, I am providing the height of 100 pixels. Now let's see what will be there in the output. So now we are providing the height of 100 pixel, but the content which is there inside the division is greater than, means that uh, that height is not sufficient to acquire that content. So what you need to do, you need to provide either height greater than this, or don't provide the height, automatically it will take the height of that content. So if I remove the height, you will see that it is taking the height of content automatically. Okay. Now the next property is using margin and padding for the card. So if you look at the output, you will see that there is a no gap between the content and the border of that yellow box. So we want to add that. So that gap is called as padding. Padding is an internal spacing between that division. So you are applying property for the box 1, and box 1 contains the text. Now let us try to add padding. So you have to write padding colon and the number of pixel which you want as a padding. So I was a 20 pixel, I want as a 20 pixel, so put 20 pixels semicolon and reload. Now you will easily recognize that there is a gap of 20 pixel internally within a yellow box from all the sides. But sometimes we don't need from all the sides, we want only from the left hand side. So what you will do in that case? So it is very simple. Again, you have to remove this line and you can write just padding left, padding hyphen left, and mention the pixel size, suppose 20 pixels. Reload and check. You will be figure out that there is a spacing between the content and the border of yellow box is 20 pixel only from the left, not from the bottom, not from the top, and not from the right as well. So whenever you want a padding from typically a particular side, you have to mention that side: padding left, padding top, padding right, padding bottom. And if you want padding from all the side with the same pixel size, just mention padding 20, so it will take the 20 pixel from all the sides like this. So it is taking 20 pixels from all the sides. Now again, suppose you want a top down similar and left right padding with the similar value. So what you can do, so first parameter always represents the top down value. So suppose I want a 20 pixel from the top down, and left right I want a greater one. For example, I want, for understanding, I'll take the higher value, that 100 pixel. Save it, just reload and check that it is taking a 20 pixel from the top and bottom, means the first value which you have written is top and bottom space. Second value which you have written is considered as a right and left. So it is taking 100 from the right and 100 from the left. Next, sometimes you need four different values from all the four sides. So what you can do, you will not you will not keep writing every time that padding left, padding top, padding right, and padding bottom. So there is a provision to write in a single line as well. So how will you write it? So you can write padding, simple padding, and four parameter which separated by space starting from the top. Suppose the top value is I want 20 pixel. From the right hand side I want a 40 pixel. From the bottom I want suppose 60 pixels, and from the left I want 100 pixels. So four different values can be provided as a padding in a single line. Now the value which you have provided, you can see the 20 pixels from the top, 40 pixels from the right, 60 pixels from the bottom, and 100 pixels from the left, starting from the top to the left in the clockwise direction. So this is the padding. So I'll remove it, I'll keep simple as 20 pixels from all the sides. Save it, reload and check. So this is how we write a class, and we are applying the different properties to this box which is called as div tag in the CSS. So we'll see you in the next lecture.